Welcome to English Story for Learn. We are happy to have you here today. In this video, you will listen to a classic fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. This is a perfect English short story for beginners, told in simple English, with clear pronunciation and subtitles to guide you. Learning English through stories is one of the best ways to improve your skills. With this method, you can practice English listening, speaking, reading, vocabulary, and comprehension in a natural and enjoyable way. Stories make learning easy, and they help you remember words and grammar without stress. We encourage you to turn on the English subtitles, listen carefully, and read along with the narrator. Repeat the sentences to improve your pronunciation and speaking practice. Don't forget to subscribe to English Story for Learn for more English short stories with subtitles and daily practice. One sunny morning in the forest, all the animals were gathered near the river. Birds were singing, squirrels were jumping, and deer were drinking water. Suddenly, the hare appeared. He hopped quickly, his ears were tall, and his eyes were full of pride. The hare looked around and said loudly, "Look at me. I am the fastest animal in this forest. No one can run as fast as I can." The other animals turned their heads. The fox whispered, "Yes, the hare is fast." The deer nodded, "He runs faster than the wind." But the hare continued to boast. He laughed at the slow animals. He pointed at the tortoise, who was walking step by step. The hare shouted, "Hey, tortoise, look at you. You are so slow. You will never win in life. I can run from here to the hill in just a minute." The animals stayed quiet. Some felt annoyed. Others felt sorry for the tortoise. But the hare only laughed louder, full of pride. The tortoise lifted his head slowly. He looked at the hare with calm eyes. His steps were small, but his voice was steady. "Tortoise, do you want to say something?" asked the fox. The tortoise nodded and said, "Yes, hare, you are fast. Everyone knows it. But speed alone does not always bring success." The hare laughed loudly. "What are you talking about? I am the fastest runner in the forest. No one can beat me, especially not you." The tortoise smiled gently. "Let us have a race. You and me, from this riverbank to the old tree on the hill." All the animals gasped. The birds flapped their wings in surprise. The deer whispered, "A race between the hare and the tortoise? That is impossible." But the tortoise repeated calmly, "Yes, I challenge you. Let us see who reaches the finish line first." The hare jumped high with excitement. "Fine, I accept your challenge. I will show everyone how foolish this is. You will lose, and I will win easily." The forest buzzed with excitement. The race was about to begin. The animals gathered near the starting line. The fox was chosen to be the judge. He raised his paw and said, "Are you ready? The race will begin." The hare stretched his long legs. He looked confident. He smiled at the tortoise and whispered, "This will be the easiest race of my life." The tortoise stood quietly. His head was low, but his heart was strong. He whispered to himself, step by step, "Do not stop." The fox shouted, "1, 2, 3, go!" The hare jumped forward like lightning. His feet touched the ground quickly. Dust rose behind him. In only a few seconds, he was far ahead. The animals cheered, "Look at the hare. He runs like the wind." Meanwhile, the tortoise began slowly, step by step. His short legs moved carefully. He was far behind, but he kept walking without fear. The hare turned back, saw the tortoise moving slowly, and laughed loudly. "This is no race. This is a joke," he shouted, but the tortoise did not answer. He only moved forward, steady and calm. The hare ran quickly across the field. He looked back again. The tortoise was so far behind that he could barely be seen. The hare laughed and said, "The tortoise is too slow. He will never catch me. I have plenty of time." As he passed under a big tree, the hare felt the soft grass below. The sun was warm and the wind was gentle. He thought, why not rest for a while? The tortoise will need hours to come this far. I can sleep and still win the race. The hare lay down under the shade. He closed his eyes. Soon his breathing became slow, and he fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued walking, step by step, slowly, but without stopping. His eyes were fixed on the path ahead. He whispered, "Keep moving, do not give up." The forest grew quiet. Birds watched silently. Every step of the tortoise brought him closer to the sleeping hare. Step by step, the tortoise walked along the path. His legs were heavy, but his mind was strong. He whispered, slow but steady, "Keep going." The sun moved higher in the sky. The animals followed the tortoise with curious eyes. Some cheered softly, "Go, tortoise, go." Others shook their heads, thinking, "He is too slow. The hare will still win." The tortoise kept his eyes on the finish line far away. He did not look back. He did not stop to rest. His shell was heavy, but his heart was steady. Soon, the tortoise reached the big tree. He saw the hare sleeping peacefully under the shade. The tortoise smiled but said nothing. Quietly, he walked past the hare. The animals gasped, "Look, the tortoise has passed the hare." They whispered, but the hare did not wake up. He was still dreaming, confident that victory was his. The tortoise kept moving forward, one step, then another. The finish line was closer than before. His slow journey was bringing him closer to success. After a long nap, the hare slowly opened his eyes. He stretched his legs and yawned. "Ah, what a nice sleep," he said. Then he looked around. At first, he felt calm. The tortoise must still be far behind, he thought. But when he looked toward the finish line, his eyes grew wide. He could not believe what he saw. The tortoise was almost there. Step by step, the slow tortoise was only a few feet away from the finish line. The hare jumped up in panic. "No, this cannot be," he shouted. He ran as fast as he could. His legs moved like the wind. Dust flew behind him. The animals cheered loudly. "Go, tortoise, go, you can do it." With one final step, the tortoise crossed the finish line first. The forest exploded with joy. The hare arrived too late. He had lost the race. The tortoise lifted his head proudly and said, "Slow and steady wins the race. Congratulations. You have just listened to the famous fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. Let us take a few minutes to review and learn from this story. Story summary. In this English short story for beginners, the hare was very fast and proud. He believed no one could beat him. The tortoise was slow but steady. When they had a race, the hare became lazy and took a nap. The tortoise kept walking step by step and finally won the race. The lesson is clear. Slow and steady wins the race. Key vocabulary and phrases 7. Boast. To talk with too much pride. Example, the hare likes to boast about his speed. 8. Race. A competition of speed. Example, the tortoise challenged the hare to a race. 9. Steady moving in a calm and continuous way. Example, the tortoise was slow but steady. 10. Nap, a short sleep, usually in the day. Example, the hare took a nap under the tree. 11. Finish line, the end point of a race. Example, the tortoise crossed the finish line first. 12. Winner, the person or animal who wins. Example, the tortoise was the true winner. How to use in daily speaking when your friend is impatient. You can say, Slow and steady wins the race. If someone is proud or boasts too much, you can remind them, do not boast. Stay humble. In a study group, you can say, let's be steady in our learning. Step by step, practice speaking these words and sentences out loud. Repeat them until you feel confident. This is how English listening practice becomes English speaking practice. Learning point. This English story with subtitles teaches us more than just language. It shows us an important life lesson. Success does not always come from speed or talent. Success comes from patience, hard work, and never giving up. If you enjoyed this English story for beginners, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to English Story for Learn for more English short stories with subtitles, listening practice, and daily English learning.